You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, hey, hey. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Hi yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl begin, let's get the power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, hey. Voices come. Hi yeah, credibility, now we ability news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin, let's get the power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the midweek edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, with a stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring the program come to you this Wednesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today now Wednesday, the 14th day of May 2025. And inside this edition of the Breakfast Show live na Liberty Online TV, we can look at the current situation na the Koidu Limited as then they into care and maintenance after we've been seeing get termination letter to about 1,000 of them workman them. How does it affect the country in the country economy as they know they operate right now because then they into care and maintenance? Now that's what they discuss in this edition of the Breakfast Show.
And still inside the Koidu Limited, the issue as of yesterday night, we see Usai the workman them where they don't dismiss from Koidu Limited, then where them come together and pull a press release outside and they ask for permission for let them protest because them believe say this company not treat them man them fine. Hopefully we'll get somebody, a representative from their web there, where we go talk to, where go give waiting at some of the reason them, we make them want for stage another protest again, although the company don't dismiss them. And yesterday again we see Usai, the opposition leader na Parliament for the All People's Congress APC party being write letter to the Honorable Speaker of Parliament. Usai they demand say the clerk when a Honorable Parantarawali for resign in position as clerk because he say the clerk they don't show interest for contest for political position na in political party and it states the relevant section na the PPRC Act where it say this no give permission to the clerk of parliament for all any political position because in office na public office. Well, what he make Honorable Abdul Kargbo feel say Honorable Paran for resign, all you go know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Plus, we go talk to an economist. We go tell we the economic impact if Koidu Limited finally pack them, things them, and left for operates na salon. What does this mean to salon economy for a mining company where they contribute to the economy through the different tax them when they pay to the state? All of this you go know inside the Breakfast Show this morning. No go no way. Continue for day with we, and as you did day with we, press the share button so that more people will join and be part of this very interesting conversation we can hold this morning. The program na the Breakfast Show, send we comment your thoughts na the comment section. Now any of the platform the way they watch we, you can as well text we na the number +23274200545. We continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show.
All right, and as we continue with the show, we quickly gonna cut forget update as the number 5 witness now the murder case between the former station manager for Vopad Radio and the states don't go testify in a court but waiting a no na this case. Let me join Maria to share if we go updates we on them.
The murder case between the former manager for Vopad Radio na Watalo, Joseph Mendel Lamin, where people can call manager Dust, and the state still they continue na magistrate court number 1 before magistrate Sakekura. The accused, together with 2 other people them, when are more like Kamara and a bike man and Umar Utimbo, they snap before the court on 2 count charge them. We get to do with conspiracy to commit murder and murder contrary to section 1 of the Offences Against the Persons Act of 1861. According to the particulars of offense na that, then 3 people here inside January this year been joined hand together and kill one journalist, Samuel Brema Matia, who have been the work na the Vopad radio station inside Waterloo. And Tuesday, May 13, this matter been continued before Magistrate Sakekura, Usai Inspector Abubakar Kargbo, who attached na the Waterloo Police Division, been go testify before the court but waiting in no but this case. And it be hand over some documents them where the court be record as Exhibit D from 1 to 17, where we include conversation between the second accused and other one them with the first accused. It say it been take them documents here and been send them to the cyber units na law officers department for make them go analyze them. Inspector Kargbo continue say February 7 this year, he been interview the first accused pan Creole, where he been record am inside English, and after he done the interview, he been asked the accused for confirmation, where the first accused been confirm say yes na in record, and he been signed with in thumbprint. Inspector Kargbo self been signed as the recorder, and in colleague been signed as witness. He also say he and Inspector K. Matthew be interview the second accused, where them in charge with conspiracy to commit murder, and them be do the interview inside Creole and be record am inside English, and be ask the second accused for confirmation, usa he be confirm say na in record, and he be also signed with in thumbprint. Magistrate Sake Kurano been gree for give bail to the accused people them, and been send them go back na the male correctional center, and be adjourn this case to Tuesday, May 20 this year. For Liberty Online TV, me na Maria to Sheriff.
All right, you still watch the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV with the stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website. From that court updates there, we they go now na Parliament. As earlier we tell una say yesterday, the opposition leader for the All People's Congress APC party, when Honorable Abdul Kargbo, he been write letter to the Speaker of Parliament, Usai he demand say the clerk when Honorable Parantarawali for resign in position as clerk, because according to Ram, he say the Honorable Parantarawali do express an intention for run for political office inside the party when at the Salon People's Party. Honorable Abdul Kargbo go before for quote section 15A2 of the Political Parties Registration Commission, the PPRC Act, where say we tap public officer them not for be eligible for all executive positions na them political party. Well, on the line we get Honorable Abdul Kargbo. We go tell we more, but the reason that we make it think say Honorable Parantarawali for resign as clerk of Parliament and eligible for all political office. Good morning, Honorable, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show. All right. Okay, Honorable. I just don't give people them a brief of waiting there inside the letter we make around yesterday. We write to the Honorable Speaker demanding the resignation of Honorable Parantarawali. We currently now on a clerk of Parliament. You quote the section them now the PPRC Act. So I just read for the viewers them one opportuned for see you later. What to make you feel say Honorable Parantarawali for resign as clerk?
Firstly, the clerk na a public officer, na a public servant. If you watch subsection 1 of section 82, it says the president they appoints the clerk in consultation with the Public Service Commission. So that they clearly shows that the clerk na a public officer. And the clerk na in the administrator, chief administrator na Parliament, na in they control the food of Parliament, na in they control all documents na Parliament. The clerk for serve all members of Parliament regardless of their political party. He for serve all members of Parliament regardless of their lineage, regardless of their political party. The clerk for be apolitical, enough for mix politics. If for ensure say he serve Parliament, if for be fair with every member of Parliament. And if you go now subsection 2B of section 26, it clearly say even though because 26 say every Sierra Leonean gets right for affiliates to a political party. But 26 to begin restriction, they say they get restriction. They say and any law will provide for the restrictions, then they will for honor them. And one of the restrictions then are for public servants. Public servant not for be political. So if the clerk na a sitting clerk, then he gets the intention for run for a political party office, for be secretary general na a political party. Clearly for the advice himself, say because I they run for a political party, let her left here first. Let her come out, let her resign, let her left this position. Because this position not call for anybody with partisan. He ought to have advised himself, say let he left parliament, let he resign. Because you can't eat your cake and have it. You know go say you dey run for political party, they want still be clerk in a parliament, for Christ's sake. You see, so we want to maintain the neutrality of the clerkship. We want to maintain the integrity of parliament. Now that make I write the letter on behalf of with him. So the Speaker of Parliament with the demand the immediate resignation of the Clerk of Parliament.
But Honorable, with all them things there where you don't state so, not a secret say, Honorable Parantarawali has always been a member of the Salon People's Party. He don't serve as member of Parliament. Where in party come na power, they appoint him, His Excellency the President appoint him for be Clerk of Parliament. From that same day to now, how you go assess say this individual don't serve una independently, devoid of in political party, because una always get a prayer in a parliament before that they begin the business of the day. Una they pray say una they put away all interest aside and concentrate on the business of the house. If this man don't be a member of parliament under the SLPP, all man no say na SLPP, why not now you they raise these issues?
Perfect. Not for the first 10 this week they get former member of parliament for big clerk. Former members of parliament can be clerk, not only Salon. Now every other, some other countries there, you get former members of parliament when a clerk. But whilst you be clerk, whilst you act as clerk, you for ensure your political neutrality. You for ensure say you not aligned to any political party. You for ensure say you not expose your membership of any political party. You for ensure say you comport yourself whilst you be clerk. You for maintain the neutrality. Like for example, Passy say we been be clerk before in the parade. Now be a member of a now be a former MP before ever I can be clerk. But whilst he served as clerk, he did not show any semblance of lineage to any political party. But for let you come out publicly now and contest for a position in a political party, you know, it's too much. We not go take that one.
Honorable, the question I ask now that how you go assess Honorable Paran in tenure as clerk, how you able put away the SLPP interest and be neutral where you say now so a clerk of parliament supposed for be. You just give me example of the late Honorable Sise when a clerk of parliament before he passed away and we don't serve as member of parliament. In the case of Honorable Parantarawali, how you go assess in neutrality?
Yes, again, if you listen, Paran interview where he do with Liberty TV, no, sorry, with Born to Blog. Then send them to me. I listen them. As clerk of parliament, you say, now you go make SLPP in votes come up na Falaba. All this while, now you come on a parliament, now you go in, now you go make the votes come up na Falaba. That you self don't defeat your level of neutrality. As clerk of parliament, you say, APC may get number past SLPP. Now you do the political mathematics. For let APC, for let SLPP win the Speaker of Parliament. That don't defeat your neutrality. As clerk of Parliament, now you say you na political are you go for APC. That you know some people are not
Now
know side they left there.
Now that interview they trigger this demand where they demand for in resignation, because all this while he's been there as clerk of parliament. Nobody knows see you write this kind of letter and they demand for in resignation. Now that blog interview they trigger you for ask for in resignation.
Yes, because on one or two occasions we don't see posters. But you know, when you they take up a matter, you forget sufficient evidence. If possible, say na other person can make the postal, then pull and then share them out on behalf of the clerk. So if you want ask him for resign because of the postal, you know, we'll get sufficient evidence. Somebody will say, but not so the man. Not so the man do the postal. Not so he send the postal out, you see. But for him for go take interview and publicly talk say he run for SLPP Secretary General, then he ought not to be the Clerk of Parliament.
You make reference to several sections them now the PPRC Act and also the Constitution, where now the 1991 Sierra Leone Constitution, where you believe say Honorable Parandi's indecision for run for a political office whilst he be clerk na Parliament go violate them party and the law. And una na Parliament, now una they make the laws them where people they expect say una know waiting they under the law or waiting they go against the law. At this stage, you go consider this indecision as being deliberate or aware say the law not permit that?
No, aware. Parana na a sitting member of Parliament, aware. But then people they had reach a position where they just take the opposition, say we can do anything we want.
So it's deliberate from inside?
Yes, he aware. Paran is aware. Paran has been a member of Parliament and he know fully well. Say no Parliament not in this world with the clerk partisan. No Parliament not in the entire world with the clerk parliament. So he knows. Say if he want to be partisan, if he don't left Parliament. But most time they don't take the opposition. Say anything we want to do, we do with the opposition. And this one will put to foot down so. If Paran no resign, then we go to the next level.
Honorable, yesterday, Liberty TV called Honorable Paran for GAM an opportunity for respond to you, knowing that we go interview you this morning. It make it clear say it's not worthy for get a back and forth with you na the media. As far as in concern, na President Bio appoint him. It go continue for day na this position until President Bio tell and say he left the position. What thing go happen beyond this you letter where you don't write to the speaker if Honorable Paran no resign in position, as you say, I don't put on a foot down?
Well, maybe in other words, he talk say back where President Bio appoint an a position where enough for be political. Now President Bio back tell and say apply for Secretary Generalship na SLPP. Of course, it don't go against President Bio in the first place. Because President of for appointing a position where a political, then you choose for be political. You choose for be political. I talk na Parliament. We don't write the letter and we give the Speaker of Parliament 2 weeks. After that, we accelerate to the next level.
So as you've been talking at Parliament, and from Monday you've been don't hand over this letter according to waiting we see from the letter. You don't get any sign or response like the Speaker of Parliament willing for let una look into this particular issue?
Well, the Speaker of Parliament called me to an emergency meeting. We all sit down at the meeting, SLPP leadership, APC leadership. One thing we come on at the meeting clearly, even from the SLPP leadership, then so can say clearly, a clerk not for be partisan, a clerk not for apply for an executive position whilst he's serving as clerk. But Speaker again appeal to we, say he want engage with the President, law we give them. And we, for the respect of the speakership, we say, well, we go give 2 weeks.
This meeting where the Speaker of Parliament hold with owner, Honorable Paran be the part of him?
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. The Speaker also assured we say he go engage with Paran.
Honorable Abdul Kargbo, this particular Parliament where you na the head, you na the opposition leader, now one where popular opinion out there, you might not agree, but a lot of people on the point finger say this is the weakest opposition ever na the reigns of the Sierra Leone Parliament, because many a times the same way una people them or supporter them, they feel say una go take tough decisions, una they go in line with the ruling party where come in terms of votes. The most recent example I go give you, now the one we get for do with the former Auditor General issue, everybody see say disagreements been there is no unity between una and a parliament. Now that you don't give Paran 2 weeks for let he resign, if not, in your words, una go accelerate the next action. Is it anything for let una supporter then go by, or this not just empty threats we go down the drain again as always?
Well, firstly, anybody say this not the weakest opposition, possibly sometimes now we are waiting is in your lens where they see from. But this not the opposition, we don't ensure say we they get monthly press release for expose the hills of governance. Also for expose the ills of governance and the bad thing the way government they do, and for similarly ensure say we provide solution to existing problems that we would face as a nation. Other
all right, that's not
yes, other one. Yeah, other one see the opposition then stands and they encourage them, let he ensure say, let he listen to the press conferences. This not to empty threats. We mean them as opposition and we go stand by them. Once what we do a democratic, now best practice, a lawful, we go do them for ensure say the right thing happen at Parliament.
Hon Abdul Kargbo, before you left, waiting you go say to person we believe say at the end of the day the worst una can do perhaps na for let una walk out of Parliament where that go affect the general public where una they represent. Waiting you go say to that set of person we get any kind of view then they.
So Paran in one as a partisan clerk within a Parliament, you know they affect the general public.
So now that's therefore be on a decision for say if Honorable Paran no resign in the next 2 weeks, the APC members of Parliament go walk out?
No, like I say, we decision they accelerate as time they unfold. We always they consult with ourselves. Follow we reach this stage, we do a lot of consultations. Follow we reach this stage and take this decision we'll take. And this decision we are fully determined. And we did behind this decision.
Honorable
Yes,
Abdul
we did behind
Kargbo,
this decision.
let's refer you back to the blog interview where you say trigger this decision, where Honorable Paran grants them an interview. Honorable Paran talk several things them inside that interview there. It talk about how it defeats una twice na Falaba. It talk about during after the elections, in party the SLPP not be getting majority, then call them for play in political games them way forum. It succeed for play in party get the majority. We clearly show say Honorable Paran in position na a position where he work for way in party they pay him. And according to it tell Liberty TV, this not you letter where you write not get anything for do with her until His Excellency the President ask him for left this position. Now the same blog interview, Honorable Paran boastfully say he ready again for take una on 2028 election. We clearly show say Honorable Paran always gets edge against una Parliament. This threat we don't throw now. If it not happen after the 2 weeks, what you go come back and say to you supporter them, because plenty people they listen to you right now.
Again, we can clear say not so ordinary threats. Not so ordinary threats. And Paran say nine do this, it just expose empathy. It just expose the fact say the nomin get the numbers, the court way them go, and the MPs the way them pull, na deliberate attempt, na in do the calculation. That the MPs then and the court, the one the way them pull the court action, the MP they not been deserved for being removed. Now then they expose. He expose say, even though the opposition gets majority, then use the legal system, they use the judiciary for ensure say they reduce the votes. He expose, he tell the world say wait till we do not deliberate thing, na me na the possible machinate them. You understand? So then they na -1 to them. and now 1 - 1 to the night deliberate attempt to do, and they expose even the judiciary for sure saying that he do all the maths because he call them political maths. Now he do them. For we all man in the surprise, so he exposed them, and anything we can to light, now for the good of the country back.
So you but think say this person will do all the maths there? So according to what Honorable Parent say, now somebody where the president go out for let go of na parliament just because the opposition leader demand for him?
This is not. This is not about His Excellency the President. No. It's not about His Excellency the President. No. This is about democracy. This is about democracy and how Parliament for run. This is about democracy and how Parliament for run. It's not about the President. It's not about the president, or not how president feel, or how president wants, or how president.
But you they say
about how any
Honorable, you they say it's not about the president, but according to Honorable Paran, what he is saying at that blog interview, he make reference to the president get appointment. Where you said they talk earlier, you make reference say we una meet with the speaker of parliament, he say for get time let engage with the president.
Yes, wait to make we give the speaker time because he give hearing and he say he want to engage with the president. Not a bad thing for let the speaker engage with the president. But one thing we know, anybody will declare intention for contest for position na political party, not for the clerk, and we stand by that as opposition.
So you not believe say the end decision go get for come from the president, where all the angles where you look at this particular issue, they point to the president because the leader na them party.
Again, I want to get this straight. No parliament no di na this world where the clerk na an official of a political party. No parliament no di. Not to Salonia who can begin taker. Not to Salonia who can begin taker. For Christ's sake, we are an opposition. And if we keep quiet about things that were even wrong, then we not fit for the opposition. And this one, we go stand by her.
All right, many thanks. We go to follow the issue and go make sure say we update the public as we get the information they come. That's Honorable Abdul Kargbo, we na the leader for the minority in a parliament. As if they talk to we for Sika one letter we write to the speaker in a parliament who side the demand for the resignation of the clerk of parliament, Honorable Paran Sarawali, as according to him, he states section them na the constitution of Sierra Leone and also the BPRC Act, where Honorable Paran seem for them violate because they contest for an executive position at the Sierra Leone People's Party SLPP. And according to Honorable Abdul Kargbo, the laws of the country not allow somebody when a speaker of parliament for contest for an active political position when at that Honorable Paran Sarawali they do right now. Well, as we've been stated earlier, we've been trying to reach out to Honorable Paran Sarawali for hearing from his side for sake of this issue, outside the minority leader in a parliament write letter for let it resign, but he say nothing say necessary for let them get this back and forth on this issue as na President Biogian position and na in it they listen to. You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online TV.
We continue with the show and we tell una today say we get plenty things they all they discuss and one pandemic that you all get for do with the issue of the over 1,000 workman them where Koidu Limited on dismiss. We mean say they not get work again and over 1,000 people in Akono they unemployed right now. And yesterday we suicide and welfare can together form a group, write a letter they requested and they come out for protest for them man them. When they try for get a leader from them where friend they for talk to them, they will go talk to we correspondent again na Kono for tell we waiting at the situation now na Kono, waiting they happen there and how life turn like for the young people there. We'll go look at the economic impact for a company where don't they pay taxes to government, where government they use for generate money for develop the country. If then transition to care and maintenance, we mean say they know they work again. And how this company will continue for paid and tax them. All of that we go discuss inside the program this morning, we na the breakfast show. And continue for send we your message on +232 200 545. We continue with the breakfast show.
All right, we continue with the show, and we look at the issue we get for do with Kono as we try for get an update of what's in the happen they currently on our just series. We try for link the wives of the one them we lost their job recently na Koidu Holdings, Koidu Limited to be precise, and we go bring come then to owner shortly. We want for join with colleague na Kono as a journalist we work for the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Before we can talk to the woman them, let we know what's in they happen they currently since the workman them na Koidu Holdings been received letter of termination. We be also see videos them maybe they go viral. Also some people be they allege say midnight the company can pull them machines them and they move. Well, whether this not true or not, let we just go on the line and join a colleague journalist when the station manager for SLBC Kono, when Dauda Kamara. Good morning, Dauda, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Well, thank you, Mabel. Good morning.
I just don't tell the viewers them. We won't forget an update. We see about a week ago, Usai Koidu Limited being give termination letter to about 1,000 of them workman them. A lot of allegations don't they come out. Some people on the allege say the company don't stop work, middle net and can go pull the equipment them, they transfer them. We want to know whether this is true or not. But just give we a picture since the company been given termination letter here to the workman them. Waiting you as a journalist don't find out say they happen there.
All right, thank you very much. We all they follow the trend since the impasse they carry on the mining site. The workers they all be sit down patiently. They follow the correspondence for series will be the outcome until when the company issue out a letter of dismissal of workers them where they work in the company. They with that letter they come on because with serious tension we workers them all may come on at treats and head for the company we then go within the company and the compound. The company we know security they have the G4 security way in the company and we get internal security way the Tankoro pollution and division they provide for CC them and secure the mining site. So on that very day, we self within the compound, we see one vehicle. We get some expatriates them, we come with terrific speed, we never pass through. And also the midnight, we see one container where they drive off, where the workers them get that info, they saw them go there attack. The driver then pull her off the container, so they drive the container going to Dio barracks. When police may get the information they may rush for go na the scene and they may guide the container. And when they open the container, freezer and other things, the police may even move them back for calm. The workers they may barricade the main Congo Bridge. We also Congo Bridge na another entrance we will use for go na the mining site. Where then we cause serious tension where there was a cut off. Vehicle not they go, vehicle not they come unless them bypass na other community when a Kinsey community where then they may cause a lot of suffering for the people of Kono districts. As we speak in the moment, we get heavy deployments na the mining sites with the G4 security daily, and we get military personnel we deployed in that particular area because waiting then they try for prevents and for make people not go start for loots in that particular area and 1-2 workers them we don't pull some property na the hand. So as we speak, the town is calm and everybody go back to normal business and the workers then still wait which will be the outcome of this letters we come on do, but security presence still there na the mining sites.
So apart from the container where you say the workman then be apprehend, where then look inside and find nothing have been fridge and other thing then be there. Any other time done day na that part of Kono Usai Koidu Limited the work where on a notice say then they take out the equipment them perhaps na net or any time na the day the equipment them where then they use really for do the mining.
Well, we made a monitor in the area because the next day information in the flow. So based on that, the workers themselves may go deploy na the main entrance because The Congo Bridge, now the entrance where they really move for free turn. So if you pull any heavy duty machine, you will use them for go. According to report, we don't see any visible, any heavy machine where they use for mine them out from that particular area. And when we engage the LEC, see that's not the allegation when they go out, say the company they pull out with the machines them. Now based on that, then say go put heavy security now that entrance when a Congo Bridge for say no machine no come out, no machine no coming until this problem is solved. We don't get any information or any picture relating to say them pull out heavy dose machine what they use for do the mining now the company.
The company as at now said and they into care and maintenance. At any time, then we don't engage like stakeholders them na Kono district or perhaps on our way then at the media and that side for updates on as to how long this then care and maintenance could get for take.
No, they don't get any. The only correspondent to them is here that they tell me the negotiation will go with the Minister of Labour where they say they don't agree or make the return back go to work. So they pull out a public notice where they share all the radios them. When they read a public notice, they both in Kono, English and Creole for make people they will know. But that did not itself me all water. So besides that, I don't make all any meeting for engaged journalists or the community people. We also see that only the Parliament chief we think I'm making the points about. Instead, we can do a stakeholder meeting. We himself may explain his own side, but the company as a whole not get any meeting with stakeholders them, neither call journalists like a press conference for explain their own position.
What's don't be the major discussion around Koidu after where the company been terminated, but 1,000 of them workman and contracts? What's people don't they say about this?
Well, this may really trouble people them because a lot of civil society self they self and pick up this fight here so. The workers them they say then despite their own individual but they get people who depend on them over 2 months now with this while I don't really receive any salary where then they really don't affect them. We get another information other people they will come out for how can they come in. Most of them left Koidu, they don't go on the other side because they see this problem here so not ready for settlement. Now only the one that when the indigenous of Kono and then still retain it and they are so they don't concern say then they really appeal to government, but governments will come inside for see how they will resolve this issue also because when the company don't terminate the work look at the company very serious because they're not in faith what next when the company they all not pull out because of now no expertise not in our company. Men all come with a level in that window when they're not going to know what they're paid. So they're really concerned. I mean, every day, the day at the mining site, they go back there, really they want to do something, but the police they don't allow them for me a total cut off. But still, patient say they were from government and the government come for address this issue. Then self, they really not going to take it easy with the company.
All right, many thanks for that update today. That's na Dauda Kamara, a colleague journalist, when a station manager for SLBC Kono, as they tell we, but waiting instead don't fair not so far since we the Koidu Limited been terminate the contract of about 1,000 of them workman them as allegations we be done the go na that the company be done the smuggle the equipment them they pull them come out middle night. Well, according to Dauda, they don't notice than they yet as he say even the workers them when they terminate them contracts them they on the alert for ensure say that's not happen.
Well, we continue with this issue again. We get for do with the over 1,000 workmen they were Koidu Limited don't dismiss because of misconduct according to the dismissal letter. Where the latest one yesterday evening, suicide the WEF then come together, say then they write to the Inspector General of Police and request for permission where then say now because of the unlawful way where the company dismiss the man them from work and safe. The letter say the WEF they want for protest because of the way how they dismiss the man them and then say the way how they treat the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Well, on the phone we get Sia Bona, when one of the WEF them we sign this particular letter where they write to the Inspector General of Police. Good morning, Mrs. Bona.
Yeah, good morning, ma. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. As I don't tell with viewers them, we see a letter we go viral yesterday when you sign them una dey request for a permission to the Inspector General of Police because una say una want for stage a peaceful protest against Koidu Limited for where dem sack una man dem and the way how una say dem treat the First Lady. Firstly, for the people that were no opportunity for see this letter, start for talk but wetin are the reason them behind una intention for stage this protest?
Thank you very much for having me online this morning. Well, one part the reason that we make we write this letter, we all know, of course, about the issue, the ongoing issue na Koidu Limited. From last year, when we mandated the executive there, the workers and through the executive there, well and down they strive for waiting due there for let Koidu holding Ukide. But they don't do everything humanly possible. They don't get any results. They know they ask the company for ad for them. They know they ask the company for bill host them for them. Then just they ask the company for waiting due there. Of course, we all know say $9 rates then they pay the man there. But the dollar rates, they know the equivalent and to the present dollar exchange rate where them for pay them. So they don't do this thing up and down, they don't go free turn, they don't hold series of meeting then, they know they see any outcome. So we say recently we get a information, we husband and tell we say, Koidu Limited they don't release letter where say they don't sack over dismiss, not to even terminate, because when you terminate person, it'll go with in benefit. But when you dismiss person, that means that the person not get any benefits. They don't terminate with husbands there without benefits. So we say, we don't go sit down and fold foot. Then been there on care and maintenance. Then say that they go on care and maintenance. And with care and maintenance, if they go on care and maintenance, you supposed to cater for your workers then. Even if not the 100% salary where they give them, but at least if not 50% salary, you share that salary middle, people then go understand. But then don't go into that care and maintenance without any proper negotiation for the workers. Then. After 2 or 3 days, 1 week, we just get a letter say they don't dismiss all the workers in Koidu only. So because of that, we the wives of Koidu only workers, national workers, we thought and dim and fit say we have come together. We don't go sit down, fall on and fall foot and watch them people them maltreat, them misuse with husband there. That at the end of the day, then dump them without any benefits. So now one part the reason then that we make we come together for say we write the letter. The other reason again we make hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
The other reason we make again we write the letter in the dismissal letter. Then write then quote the First Lady, they say, now reckless behavior where you can put on for workers and go on a disarray. So we as women, the part of Koidu only workers there, besides we being Koidu only workers there, we cannot a woman there. We not go sit down and fold foot, let Koidu Limited. Not to talk of even the national citizen of Koidu town, not to talk of a foreign company where they just come for sit down and watch them, they abuse the First Lady like that. So now that's not the reason we make ourselves rise up as national workers wife of Koidu Limited. We write that kind of letter, they say, we want to let the LUC or the IG give you a permission for let we do a peaceful demonstration. Let the country, let's Kono know, let Sierra Leone know, let the world know at last say then people there, now so they can now so they want behave so with people there.
Sia, I don't know if you don't opportune for see the letter.
Yeah, the letter I'm not me write am because the letter the executive will phone me na the secretary general and we get with chair lady, we get with vice and we get with PRO. Hello.
Yes, apologies for the glitch day, Sia. I be they ask if another opportune for see the letter where the company when a Koidu Limited writes to una husband them. Inside this letter, the company say then they dismiss una husband them for professional misconduct and they're not entitled to anything we get for do with benefits. At any point, una aware say una husband them behave in a unprofessional way?
Well, we're not aware of that. We're not aware of say they behave in any unprofessional way today. Then they work with them. Now issue where don't arise. And the issue, they not take the law into their hand. Then take the issue to the Minister of Labour. Minister of Labour can inside this year, then call them. They not tell them, say, well, then they go into rampage and they spoil property then, or then behave them cause the superior then, they not behave any misconduct way. Because if once you behave any misconduct way, sometimes it use language against you, you begin go on rampage or spoil the property then, or do other destruction then, then you go say behave misconduct way. But then take the issue to people where they in authority. And people are whether it's authority, then call them. Now, from that step there, if they may not say we husband them behave unprofessional way, then for don't tell them people and say, then people and I saw them don't do it, and I saw them don't do it. This case, in fact, so they count to now unprofessional way, they're not for good and carry there. But they're not talking anything in there. They not ever mention that to people, and they not ever mention that to minister. So the people where the case go to, they not mention that day. So I don't know who side them go pull out their own way they for say then behave unprofessional way to them.
When una plan for stage this protest and who side exactly una plan for start and end the protest? If the Inspector General of Police give una the permission.
Yeah, we hope and pray that the Inspector General of Police will give you the permission. And if he give you the permission, we want do the protest on Saturday. Saturday night, we want to do the protest. And we will go on for start and we initial plan, we be one for start and at the grave. Because we all know of that Kenya grave. Now one pan the grave then they where I think around 2007, where they been get a riot na Koidu only, where they been kill about 3 workers there. Now one pan the workers then grave than they. Now there will be one for go start. But we get the advice from the police yesterday say, let we not go start from the grave. Even if they give you the permission. If they give you the permission, let we not go start from the grave. So we go one for start around either the construction area na Koidu Limited gate or we go start na Kania Junction after the grave.
So if the Inspector General of Police not end up allow una for do this protest, waiting next for una the wives of the one that will be the work na Koidu Holdings?
We will still continue for push the case until they give you the permission. Because now we they work inside a law and order country. We man they not go into rampage without the permission of the police. So we self not go do that. But we the open pray that it will give you permission. If it not give you permission, we not go relent. We will still for push the case for let them give you permission.
Mrs. Bona, what you go say to somebody where go counter una say, why not focusing on una man they don't lost work rather than una say una want protest for the unlawful dismissal of una man them? And according to you, you say Koidu Limited use a word when are reckless on the first lady. Now all of the issues there so make una the protest. Why joining the first lady in case to una man them?
The reason why we they join the first lady in case to women them, of course, we know the efforts where the first lady don't play in this particular matter. When the first lady hear about this case, it clearly states and say, it clearly make her known to we husband and say, another can as a first lady for can stand with your man there in this fight here. But they come as a corner picking, they come as a wife, they come as a native daughter of the soil for let a join woman there in this fight here. So if during the course of the fight, then they use language then the first lady, we as Koidu Limited workers there, and beside that, we as corner picking there, we know the sit down For say we watch Sierra Leone for abuse the first lady. Not to talk of a foreign company for can abuse the first lady. Now we your country. That man insult so we to the last. So we no go accept that.
Whose impact this strike action you go make? Because if you take into consideration, not today this back and forth be don't begin with una Monday and the company also wanna be the work even before then they dismiss them from their job. At this stage, after where the Ministry of Labour talk tire, the Labour Congress, the First Lady and other authorities and all intervene. So also we see finally then dismiss them workers here, where show say impacts not been there from all the authority that will intervene for settle the issue. On a young strike action, now whose impact it go bring come into the whole situation?
Well, we just believe say Sierra Leone and the world at large, then expect women there. And then get great concern for women there. We got advocacies in Nakonoya, we get advocacies in Sierra Leone, where they go look at we for women and picking there. And on that day, we intention not to we no more the commot. We intend for even take we picking there alongside with we. Let them know say not to we no more the suffer. We picking and the suffer. Family members and the suffer where they depend on we husband there. Now not to we husband there no more than dismiss so from work, then dismiss thousands of people there. We relatives there, we family members there where they depend on we, then dismiss we all from work. So we believe say if we come out as woman then, possibly say woman then not in a kono, woman then not in a salon, not a woman then born man there, where they not go yegi to cry there. We not a say man then they go there tin up. Sometimes they not wash their face there. We say woman and they pull their face there. They go show that concern for we. So we just believe say if we woman there, we come on and do something go positive go must happen.
Mrs. Bona, before you left we, for the benefit of the one the way they listen to you this morning, just make them very clear. Waiting una the protest for let the company take una man them back na the job, or na for let the company pay una man them benefits.
We the protest or the protest. We know the protest for let them take man them back to job. Because if them be want to do that, start too long where this issue be don't start, they don't bring all kinds of skill into the case, for let them go resolve it in an amicable way, but they know you but the only thing what they ask the company for, and the government of Sierra Leone, anybody they listen, the parastatals in Nakono, the leaders in Nakono, do ya with the big day, let them pay with man and terminal benefits, waiting you with man then, let them get it. Now that's what they protest for.
Finally, this una decision for protest, una been at any point discuss with the First Lady regarding this una decision before una ask the Inspector General of Police for grant una this protest?
We not discuss anything with the First Lady. The letter only we just copy the First Lady, but we not discuss anything with her. We're not going into knowing about this particular issue.
All right, many thanks, Mrs. Bona. We join with this morning and talk about our intention on get for strike on Saturday if the Inspector General of Police give una the permission for strike. We're going to follow up with you for see how this strike action get for happen on Saturday. It'll be a pleasure for talk to you this morning.
You're welcome.
All right, that's na Sia Bona when I want party with them of the over 1,000 workmen them we Koidu Limited dismissed for professional misconduct. As you hear from them, then they stage a peaceful protest on Saturday na Kono Koidu Tong for show say they're not happy with the way how they dismiss their husband them and say Koidu Limited be disrespect the First Lady Madam Fatima Bio. Now all of them is here, then they make them the protest and they demand say the company for paid and terminal benefits. But according to the letter where Koidu Limited been pulled for dismiss them man them, then say then dismiss them for professional misconduct and no benefits not due them. We will continue to follow this story closely.
All right, and we tell on say today also na this edition of the breakfast show na Liberty Online TV as we continue for look at the issue we get for do with the Koidu Limited. We say then they into care and maintenance. We also they talk to an economist. Let we know the impact where this go get to the country economy as from where they don't on this back and forth. The country we know say depend largely na the mining sector for raise revenue where governments can use na different areas them for development. Well, how this this then decision for going to care and maintenance, they affect the country in revenue generation, and also if eventually the company end up for fold up the operation as salon, waiting it mean we they come talk to an economist now. We Nasil Django a day on the virtual link. We they join them now for know the perspective of an economist. Waiting it mean for Sierra Leone. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show, Mr. Django.
Good morning to you guys. Mabel, good morning to you. Deeper.
Now, a pleasure for get you again this morning. I guess you don't follow all waiting on the unfold na Koidu Limited and then workman them. Now we need to appoint Usai, the wife self of the workman them, then self don't request for let them go stage protest for sake of the decision where the company take for dismiss the man them, then they ask for benefits for the man them we don't work with the company. But before we can go into that, let me just look at the perspective from an economist. For long term now, this particular company don't they back and forth with them workman them, they're not on the work, and governments we know say they have up now the mining sector forget a lot of money they where they go use as revenue when they generate for development programs them. Let we look at the impact. How you go describe the impacts where this care and maintenance where they into now where they know the work, they get to salon economy, taking into consideration the constraints where the economy they go through currently?
Well, fantastic question there where you ask me the impact of Koidu Holdings there going to care and maintenance. Well, if you look at the Bank of Sierra Leone, the reports for currency fluctuation for last week, the meter we say as of last week, Monday, Tuesday, and up to Wednesday, the Leone been sort of been stronger than the markets, and it will do very well against the US dollar. But again, then say by Friday, I mean Thursday, Friday, then finally say the Leon is sharply rise small bits. I mean, in terms of the dollar becoming much more valuer than the Leon. We making Lucas say that not necessarily say now Koidu Holdings now the immediate impacts that one day on the economy. It can be said now because people when they watch the scene, the currency is little same. They look and say, oh, if we not try for change we money them to dollar, sometimes it will be difficult for them to get access to we forex. So some man, I mean the big business them maybe they trying to sort of go out there and cash out them foreign currency them and olam because they would fear say sometimes this saga will continue. So I don't see any immediate impact from Koidu, but I see currency speculators, I see big business them perhaps trying to protect their savings in foreign currency. So whenever want for get access to the foreign currency, so they will say, day enough or enough no day, so we can give all you money and it will affect your own business and their own activities. So perhaps they're trying to go to the banks and take out as much of the forex. That said, you asked about the impact perhaps of these Koidu holdings on the economy. When you look at the bank report of the Consolidated Fund of Sierra Leone for January and February, you realize that there is no revenue coming from minerals. Nothing in January when you watch January receipts from the Consolidated Fund accounts, that is government in account we keep, the Bank of Sierra Leone. Nothing not show for no mineral company in the country. So it will ask for, let me say, we are able to assess the impact of Koidu because they don't get nothing. Why they not get nothing? Myself no know. I don't know, but when you look now, income tax now the biggest revenue earner for the fund, we now about 477 billion leones in January. When you look for fisheries, nothing not there for fisheries. When you look for mineral resources, nothing not true for them. So you cannot tell what could be the immediate impact of Koidu Holdings, them going into maintenance and care, because we do not have any financial record of them or any minerals company. And that matter, there is no record of any fishing business paying any tax. So we cannot tell how much impact that would have. But we can say for sure that those big businesses who are watching the saga unfold may want to go and protect their foreign accounts, and best way for do that for begin for withdraw some of their money. And when too many of them want to withdraw their forex from the account, it will lead to currency fluctuation. It will lead for make the leon become very difficult for match up with the dollar, because the dollar will become very expensive now, because there are too many people in way want for demand the dollar, and there will be few dollar in the market. But there is no record, none, take me anywhere. There is no record from the Consolidated Fund of Sierra Leone that is showing you in January and in February. But again, in March, we read that in fact, no record still no day for minerals in the accounts of government of Sierra Leone.
Describe the way how governments don't handle this whole issue where don't they go on between Koidu Limited and then workman them to a stage where we see they don't dismiss over 1,000 of them workman them. How governments are really handle this issue?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm critical. I will be fair enough for us to be very critical on the issue. Now, this thing we know say been on begin December, where the workman them then suspend their strike, then they wait for the Ministry of Labour and the government intervene for sorting out, you know. And then January come, February come, March come, the workers until we say there has been no resolution of their demands, where some of them, we all know that in fact they pay them below the agreement where they don't make for pay them. See, they pay them based on the dollar in rates. That in fact the way that they pay them all foreign exchange rates when in 2016. And that they get very, very poor sanitary conditions them na the workplace. All and they not be addressed up to March. And we see the first lady, but now we know say the first lady is say that in fact now the Koidu Holdings, now they invite and say for into the whole matter. What make we know, and that's for be fair. Now the first lady in activism we put up in March, we see now Koidu the lambast. Well, this is the point now. It lambast brown envelope collectors them within the system. It lambast the very Koidu Holdings. So it's a two-pronged attack now we see. So we all shocked. Oh, there's the first lady there attacking Koidu Holdings and management for not meeting up to their arrangements or for disrupting the agreed plans that we don't get with them. And then we see again the attack prominent government people them we say that they collect brown envelopes, therefore they're not active or resolve the issue of the workers them. So it tell you something. It tell you say that in fact within the government there is indecisiveness because of factions, that there are existing factions which can even affect the economy itself. Because if in December they suspend the whole thing, I mean, the workers and say, okay, let us give a chance to negotiations. And the Ministry of Labour has been busy on that. And then come March, there has not been any effective resolution of the issue. And then we see the first lady accusing the senior members. It tells you that it's not like a government. It's like a government within a government where they run the system. Because it should have been a protest by somebody from the opposition, some civil society activist, but somebody who is part and parcel of the presidency in ambit, that is the power incessant in WEF, where they sleep together, work together. For letting him become an activist, it may really confuse many observers because, matter of fact, it is a government policy. What has government itself done to resolve? So for me, I possibly see a kind of division. And I will say one thing. When you have a political system where they allow themselves for take bribes from big companies, they don't become liable for blackmail. And when they are liable for blackmail, then they're afraid now for take any decisive action. So you could even see that perhaps within the system itself, there are compromised elders who cannot act decisively. Because when you look at it, to be fair, the first lady, yeah, it tried. It tried because he actually, they tell we say, he need a resolution that in fact the people them they don't they give patience. You cannot pay somebody on 2016 foreign exchange rates fairly and truly, because 2016 it was around 8 leon to the dollar. 2025 it's now 24 leon. So how can you be paying that? So let us be very fair. The first lady was acting for rescue the workers, but how can she have done that? We Factually, she's part and parcel of the system, a man like the president. And up to this point in time, we're not hearing any decisive action or statement from anybody within government, not even for the Ministry of Labor. So, this is not a fight between the workers and Koidu. This should be a fight between the government of Sierra Leone and Koidu. It should not be a fight between the First Lady and Koidu. No, it should be a fight between the government and Koidu Holdings. And as I say, when you look at the consolidated fund, then reports for January, February, and March, we have no record. We have no record of any financial receipts from minerals and from fisheries. They're supposed to be a big revenue booster. Rather, now income tax and they lead the revenue earning for this country. So surely something is structurally wrong within the government, and that we all for confirmancy inside the government that it's a massive division. In other words, what's the number now? They left this thing in the first lady. Now they respond now to Koidu Holdings. Now they fed Koidu Holdings. Now they retaliate now because yes.
You think this allegation will be come out from the first lady regarding brown envelope and bribery now issue where perhaps don't fuel the company we may could reach a point after the intervention of almost all government authority them were related to this mining issue? We're at a point now where they don't dismiss workers them, over 1,000 of them, and no decision or seem for come a strong one from government for ensure a foreign company where they operate na salon stick to the laws them and go by waiting government wants. You think that this allegation of bribery go to fuel the company for do all waiting they don't do so far?
Well, you got to give some credence. You could be give some trust. Say perhaps, while it is not right, in my view, for the first lady for even take part in that as an activist, not right at all, because not government somebody in a way. But when you look at the indecisiveness of the government of Sierra Leone in taking the lead in this matter, in ensuring that these guys pay their fair share of the taxes. When you look at the level of silence of the Ministry of Finance, of the Ministry of Mines, of the NMA, that the National Mineral Agency, and Development, when you look at the all collective silence, perhaps you could say, that might be correct too. Some people cannot now talk or take any decisive action on a company where they sack people like that, and then Bonfi, perhaps you could say, First Lady being talked to with irony. Some people have been compromised, and they're afraid now, and they're afraid to say, then take on Koidu Holdings, then we'll begin to get reports on a weekend of assets held in the Gambia, of assets held in London. So there could be something wrong, and the First Lady seemed for busy and not afraid. Me not get nothing way at the hide. But again, when you want to take on mining companies in Africa, and should say you have a clean closet, and should say you earn it clean, because they are very powerful. You see what happened over the weekend when Koidu Holdings and ready, they just simply engage the media now, London and the US, and within hours they were all producing investigation reports. So they're very powerful. So we can be sure that some people in government know of the power, the ambit, and the ruthlessness of these companies, that they did afraid for being anyway decisive, and they left this thing now in the hands of the first lady for go about in way noted well for a country we for the collectively, because we they say as citizens, by this time in our history, we have to deal with these companies. We have to ensure they respect us. Somebody who is working there told us in our popular forward Sierra Leone forum that these guys even come with their own cooks, their own drivers. So there is something structurally wrong within governments for explain this lack of decisiveness for address the issue.
Mr. Django, what do it mean for a small struggling economy like salon economy for a mining company we suppose for they pay tax when a one way down the way government they generate revenue? They struggle, they don't tap workforce, allegedly, they say because of political interference, then transition into care and maintenance. All of a sudden, over 1,000 people don't lost job now, na kono, then see don't know they do nothing. Waiting at the implications economically, from an economist point of view.
It's massive. It's massive. It's massive. Let us say it in this way, in a context. 1,000 people retrenched, sacked. That could be, say, an average one man will be the who could get 10 people and we need support in WEF and 3 or 4 picking them. Again, mama, again, papa, or again, brother and sister them. So one man don't get 10 people and we don't lose. So now 10,000 individuals. Now they are affected so by this closure and by this sacking. And when you look at that, it means that the earning power and the power for them and spend don't affect 10,000 people. So it's massive. It's really massive. And that don't miss again. They don't add to the unemployment burden in the country where there has been no consistent government policy, take my word for it, for address the growing unemployment. So imagine now you don't get 10,000 people directly and indirectly affected. It's going to be lots of consumerism. That means that we don't get money for spend among 10,000 people. It means there will be a drop in the ability for financing business. It may say there will be a drop in the ability for contribute to the economy itself. It also means say that the usual payment of income tax, we now the biggest revenue earner for this country, also the loss. So it's a really big problem. And also it means as well that the one way they watch the currency speculators, the big business, perhaps they say, let us begin to withdraw our forex because we are not too sure how this will go end, how this will work out. And it also means that the governments not actually get a grip yet of controlling some of these mining companies. That in fact, there could be some credence in the allegation of the First Lady that some people, influential people as well, are actually compromised. And they forget, see, if we can take on this company, where they sack people like that, where they carry with cooks, drivers from abroad, where they load it against, and they're not saying nothing, perhaps then they feel see if we attempt to take on this company, all we wish come on do, so let we just make out like say we know they involved directly. Or Lefangi, the First Lady, for handle. But it's not fair. It's very unfair. By now, it should not be the First Lady taking on Koidu Holdings. It should be the government of Sierra Leone. Why? It involves 1,000 workers. It involves loss of revenue in income tax. It involves adding to the unemployment burden. So we need to hear from the Ministry of Labor. What are they doing? Because the last week they say they are investigating the whole issue. That's no more for they investigate for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week. they are not decisive, and that should be their responsibility for being decisive. Where do the government stand?
This stage, waiting for be the fear of the government of Sierra Leone, because this care and maintenance way Koidu Limited sit day into, there is no timeline for say from now to now we they do care and maintenance, we go continue operation. If eventually then shut down completely and move out of the country, waiting for be the fear of Sierra Leone government at this stage.
Well, Koidu Holdings get a very powerful card with the hold right now. They have another 5 years for go. So they don't say then they left the country, then tell you say then simply shuts down and they pursue a case against the First Lady for $20 million compensation. Perhaps if she were to pay that tomorrow morning, they could go back to operations. But we should note that in 2010, they signed an agreement through the then Minister of Mineral Resources, who is now presidential spokesman, Mr. Alpha B.S. Kano. They signed a 20-year agreement, and so now until 2030. So they could simply hold on to the sites, hold on to everything while nothing productive is going on there until 2030. And government now not go able or be afraid for take anything decisive for say you cannot stop operations just like that, and then you still hold on to the mines. Are you living? Let us know if you're living, please leave, because it's in the agreement that you can terminate the entire agreement. But right now, Koidu Holdings are simply waiting on the First Lady for paying $20 million, or they take the next step, we then say can be multi-pronged. And yesterday, we said don't see the First Lady and not the government of Sierra Leone did respond. So we're all very worried. Why should this be a matter between a First Lady and a mining company? We're very powerful because the parent company for Koidu Holdings, now Okti now a major mining company in UK. They're very big. In fact, they are bigger than Sierra Leone when it comes to the annual revenue. They are a multi-billion-dollar company. So it's a big fight. But like I say, we have to begin to give some credence to that Mami allegation where he say this thing not begin from last year. This thing stopped December 1st for give chance for negotiation. January, February, March, nothing. Not even for the Minister of Labour, not out any decisive closure on the issue. So if she was to take on the issue, it means clearly there is internal division within the government, within the party, and they have to resolve it for our sake, for the sake of the 1,000 direct workers and the 10,000 affected people, and for the revenue viability of Sierra Leone. Because mind you, when you watch the revenue of the government of Sierra Leone for January, February, and March, grants money, free money from the EU, from the World Bank, from the IMF, don't begin for dry outs. So there will be more and more dependence, more and more reliance on the thrifty money where they come up from the minerals, them like this one could hold in. So it's a very serious economic situation, and we need for the government take the reins and tell we where do they stand.
So in all of these explanations and analysis where you don't make, one question where they're going to run plenty viewers their mind now. In all of these, who are the victim? Is it the government of Sierra Leone? Is it Koidu Limited? Or is it the workers them where don't become unemployed now?
The victim can be all of them. The victim can be the company, because in truth, when you stop operations in a high-intensive industry like mining of diamonds, it means that you are running at a big loss. So it's a big loss for the company, because already they get suppliers, and we supply them with different things. Some money they supply in advance. They will don't get supplies from many companies, local and international. We do not pay it. So the halt in mining go not affect them and increase their debts day in, day out for them when they wait for pay for supplies to the company. It's also a loss for the government because we don't know, but I'm sure they are paying. If they're paying to some interests, perhaps, they're paying to some bigwigs, perhaps, but it's going to be a loss for government because there would be no revenue for the next many months with this thing they go on. That is to say, if there has been revenue. But then the most important loss will be for the workers with the lost job. Because I can tell you, I was doing a research. I had to target 10 students them we graduate last year from USL, I mean from FBC, from IPAM and Commerce, then 10. I tracked them down say, well, where am soon now, when are the graduates, nobody no get job yet. So in April, now I go to them back for a check of the 10 them almost don't get jobs in the country. Now, so for do you economic analysis, do them pre and post. Before them graduates, I meet them. After them graduates, 3 months later, in April, I engage them. Now, only 2 of the 10 no get job. Well, imagine, say 8 still a job. That gives you a kind of a picture of the growing unemployment issue in the country. And there's been no clear economic fiscal policy for address the growing joblessness. And if you imagine now 1,000 plus people joining the unemployment workforce, now a big burden. And this is the youth country. This, I mean, many young people are very frustrated. They're very angry. And this could add up to some social problem for we in the long run, where young people will say enough is enough, which is what we should avoid. So the government has to step in. I am not saying government in hand in all of this. They are silent. Are they being blackmailed? Are they fearing blackmail? Or are they just simply part and parcel of the connivance against the people of Sierra Leone? We need for Yeri from them. But what made me shock me more on this impact was that while this will go on in April, now we will get the what they call the mining week with the owner Fritonaya. They celebrate the mining industry in Sierra Leone. Really and truly, when there are so many issues with one mining company, and even many of them, and then you will talk about the mining week with nothing to show for achievements. Gentlemen, ladies, let's focus on asking governments for a decisive account of what is happening and what's the next step, because it's adding up to unemployment. And 10 people them we don't graduate, now only 2 don't get job. Extrapolate that now to the entire economy, we could get a massive picture of unemployment. And bring that to the politics, it tells you that the youth are really dissatisfied with the current status quo.
To match donor funding when one of the source of revenue for government they dry up. If this trend continue, big mining company them they cease operations first, we mean say they're not going to pay their taxes them. What do you they foresee for President Bio in government?
Well, I see a counterbalance. Just last week, there's been a kind of counterbalance in the whole picture because the CTC mining company don't spend some $50 million now put local with an open bauxite mining ports with them with the export bauxite. And the government, they tell we say that they hope say that the CTC company will export up to 7.5 million tons of bauxite, and that 50% of the money we get the company now Salon man them. So you could say, if that is the case, if it's true that they've spent $50 million in record time, and that they are already beginning to go into production of these bauxite for exports, then that could be a very good balance for the economy. That while we are losing Koidu holdings, we are also having opening right now the CTC mining company, which could be a very big boost. I am very happy where the president said we see that in fact 50% of the company is owned by Sierra Leoneans. So that means if anything be safe, 50% of the revenue not left this country, it will be within the country. So that's a very positive picture for the economy. But I was also very worried when the presidency, as a policy executive, he tell we say he hopes say these guys will begin to add value to bauxite. It's not of hoping or wishing or expecting. It's a matter of executive order that say between now and then, between now and 10 months, a year, we expect you guys will also be transforming from this raw export of our minerals, we don't know much value for us as a country, to one where you begin to add value. But the president simply, they hope, they expect, they wish. And that for me not be a very, very bad signal that we perhaps are repeating the same dependence on raw materials that we not get much value. And we don't even know how much safe these companies they export. And then a very big thing, we cannot tell for a fact, not put our hands on the table for say, we know, check on every one of the government of Sierra Leone sites. You don't have any record of almost Koidu holdings, the pay, or the one that we did in iron ore. Why? There is no transparency. So all that they add up to the same issue say, yes, the first lady might have her own problems, but it also feeds to the argument that something hacky-panky they go on. Some people perhaps see them, they benefit from this we wealth against the people with interest. So, I mean, it's very bad. But for the economy itself, we don't see the CTC company and we they watch them, see how they can balance up. If they meet up to them promises for see, then go export over 7.5 million tons and bring some revenue to the country of Sierra Leone.
Morning and talk about the economic impacts on from all the issues them where they happen at especially where Koidu Limited, when one of the mining company them where they pay revenue to governments don't transition first into care and maintenance. That'll be a pleasure for get you this morning and state your opinion.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. You and your colleague there.
All right. You Django. Quickly, would they take few of our messages them? They'll go wrap up the program. The first one they take, they come out from Macmillan, Timothy Carter on Facebook. They say the First Lady's intervention could have both positive and negative impact. It raised important concerns about workers' rights, which may push for better labor conditions. However, by passing official channel and confronting a major investor publicly could hurt investors' confidence, strain institution, and risk economic fallout. The true impact depend on how the government manages the fallout, either turning into reform or allowing it to spiral into deeper crisis.
This one from the YouTube channel, Rockefeller, they say procrastination is the thief of time. The issue was underestimated by governments. It's time to intervene promptly. It's never too late.
This one from Ibrahim Lansana, they say, what is the Parliamentary Oversight Committee Chairman for Mines and Mineral Resources doing regarding this Koidu Limited saga? Who is indigene from Kono?
This other one, Kelvin Sisse, he said, this is serious for our relationship with the investor and the people of Sierra Leone. Please let the president call on Koidu Limited and clear these problems, please.
All right, from the messages then they now go end the breakfast show for today on edition. Continue for watch Liberty TV as so they are so for bring count on all sides to the story where they watch and analyze every issues where they happen at the country. Stay tuned to Liberty TV as they bring count on a very interesting content them throughout the day. Many thanks to the production team, Musa Saokoma and Dennis Kamara, and then give support to the production team we bring this edition of the breakfast show come to you. Mina Khadija Bangura, they wish you all a lovely day.
All right, and members say throughout the day with different channels them go for the upload different contents them. So stay glued until we meet again. Mabel Kabadi say get a good day and goodbye.
develop city, then clean. All clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin. Not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty. To them one way the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. In order for Karango, now the one of the two official sites. In order Karango Kisi Bome, in order Karango King Tom Bome. It turns so it left on the ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem. Because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with you host dirty. We get the one then a council when we don't certify. Say then are approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they not vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say their waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no side and day and for let them go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you heap dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money on dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money. I'm not going to say we're not going to spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Freetonians then do the right thing. Because we're not going to get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not going to get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able to put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improving markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money where we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up with mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.